So good day. I've managed to get hold of a very busy person, Utsab Choudhuri, who's the tech head at DIC, but also wearing another hat at the IPAMA, where he is overseeing the international conference which transpired on 20th November, as well as the committee member. So thank you, Dada, for doing this.
Thank you.
First and foremost, congratulations on a wonderful conference. And what I want to know is, obviously a lot of planning has gone into it, but as someone who's been seeing the industry for years now, what is the kind of technology shift that you are seeing, and what are the kind of conversations you're seeing which is populating our industry?
Yes, so if you see this year we debated the conference theme, and we put the theme as sustainable solutions for printing in packaging.
Right.
So sustainable is basically a big word, but I think people maybe sometimes misunderstood what does it mean.
Yeah.
So actually the sustainability means you have to make the things reduce, reuse, as well as recycle.
Got it.
So that virgin material usage will be less, and you can reuse the packaging into either maybe 50%, 60%, or even 100%.
Right.
So this recyclability is the major drive to help the world to have more sustainable things.
Yep.
So on this sustainable goal, there are many changes happening.
Yep.
It is also very early stages, but I can see the movement from the hetero packaging to the mono packaging.
Yep.
So that mono packaging is giving you more chances of recyclability.
Sure.
Similarly, we are also seeing on the surface printing.
Yep.
We are also working with major brand owners. I am not revealing the name, but the things are very, very closing stage where we are removing the inks. It's called de-inking.
Okay.
So once you remove the ink and then the film will be virgin again.
Correct.
So that can be used 100%.
Nice.
So the challenge is how you can remove the ink. That technology we have adapted.
Got it.
And we have already commercialized. It's packaged already in the market.
Nice.
But I will come back later with when the final commercialization has been done.
So, I mean, you've alluded to this particular project. I've also visited 2 of your factories, including the new one in Gujarat.
Saika.
So, again, if you can give us a sense, because sustainability, sometimes we also end up only talking about the end product, which is the packaging, but we are also a lot of changes and transformation with the factories itself. They're green, they're clean, they're efficient, they're systematic, they're safe. So, again, if you can give us a sense about that and how DIC could probably set in a way, the mandate for the rest of the industry.
So, the regulation is day by day is getting more stringent.
Got it.
And there are a lot of regulations and compliances are happening.
Yep.
Even in India, I think last 5 years, there is a food packaging IS 15495.
Correct.
Which actually banned toluene.
Yes.
But unfortunately, due to COVID, due to still not the stringent rules, maybe I would say it is 50% implemented.
Yep.
We expect to be 100%
soon.
So we want that the food packaging should be banned the toluene, and for that the DIC's approach is that once you have the toluene free compliance, then you make the products in a toluene free atmosphere.
Got it.
So all in our Gujarat plant, we have dedicated this plant as a toluene free plant.
Nice.
So we don't use any toluene or any toluene based product manufactured there. So we can assure and we can give the certification to the printers or converters that this product is produced from a toluene free atmosphere.
Yes.
And so whether you are telling that I am following the compliance or actually follow into reality, that's very important.
Got it.
So the DIC has invested this plant as a make it only toluene free.
Right.
Initially there are a lot of doubt how much we will be produce, but within 3 months we have 85% capacity utilization.
That's wonderful.
So we are already
up and running,
we are running, and we have already achieved our target volume within 6 months or 9 months of the production.
Right. And this is mainly liquid inks. And
this is mainly liquid inks.
Right.
Also, we have this plant has been now extended to mineral oil free production for offset. So even you see today India, that you can see the food packaging cartoons, especially the baby foods, are using the mineral oil based product, which we don't think that good. So we are now have a plan by first quarter of 2025, DIC will be mineral free, mineral oil free portfolio only.
Right.
So we do not produce any mineral oil based product in India.
Right.
So that is one step we have taken.
Got it.
Second step, we are also now working with the most, I think, challenging part is the newspaper industry.
Yes.
Where people are using high pH polyaromatic hydrocarbon content products because you make it cheaper.
Yes.
So we are now launched last 1.5 years that below 3% pH products, and we are working with a big house, newspaper house, and they have a plan to shift.
Yes.
So there may be a small cost impact, but the product will be same as European and the other developed countries standard.
Nice, very heartening. So 3 major developments from your What I want to know, Dada, is that obviously India is a fragmented market, and it's also price sensitive. Sometimes I think even the regulatory framework is not adequately represented. You mentioned that it will take some time for us to be 100% ketone free, toluene free. All these other projects also, realistically in our kind of an environment, how long will you think the rollout will happen? That almost everybody will behave in a similar kind of a fashion?
So I think that, when this regulation started, I was also in the BIS executive committee, and I was also in the drafting stage of this project.
Correct.
And we worked 2 years to draft this. So I think once we started in 2020 July, after that there are some COVID effect. I understand the sentiment of the people, but it is not for the earlier days. The people has a big concept that there is a big difference of pricing between toluene and toluene free.
True.
But what happens in last 2 years, toluene has gone up significantly. So today we can see there is not a major difference of pricing onto the application cost. So we are only talking about the application cost of a toluene and toluene free. So 60 rupees toluene now touches 95. But this is the time I think people should be educated. There is a myth, and today we are producing, I think, largest producer of toluene ketone free products as well as toluene free products, and we see that converters can easily achieve their target. It is some psychological fear that maybe my cost will go up, but I am happy to educate them and show them that the cost is not going up if you use toluene free product, because things has changed, technology has evolved. Earlier days, maybe 10 years back, there was a gap, but today I think the gap is almost not there.
Negligible. Nice.
Not there.
Nice.
So people should use, people should think about the society, people should think about the next generation. So toluene free products is, I think, should be used in all food packaging.
Nice.
We are not talking about detergent, soap or pesticides and others, but must use the safety product, because if I see Europe, Europe as well as US, they have already migrated to the flexo technology long back, where there is no chance of using toluene.
So that is my follow-up question. The last time we spoke, you gave me a masterclass on flexo. Again, what is the shift that we are talking? I mean, India continues to remain a dominant gravure market. So, but there is some conversations about flexo. Again, what is the sense you're getting, and what are the kind of conversations you're having with brands and converters, of course?
So, if I see last 3 years, the most growth is happening in flexo.
Nice.
And I think the flexo is growing almost 16 to 20% compared to gravure 6 to 8%.
But from a smaller base.
Smaller base. But if I see when there is expertise in flexo, so people have very limited flexo machines. But today, if I say top 20 gravure converter, 90% of them has shifted some portion of their printing to flexo.
That's true.
So because they are dominating in the Indian market on gravure, and they shifted to the flexo, name it, all the top 20 customers I know, they have already invested last 3 to 5 years, at least from 1 to 5 flexo printing machine. So their job of gravure, at least 20 to 30% has already shifted to flexo.
Nice.
So that's a good sign. So slowly the gravure is coming down, flexo is going up. Once I think 10 years back, the machine number was 120 or 30. I know today there are 150 machines in the pipeline.
That's true.
For
That's
Flexo.
true. Plus a fair number of make in India
Yes,
machines. Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah. And again, a topic very close to your heart, coatings.
Yeah.
Again, so two things: what is happening with barrier-based coatings,
Yes.
and again, if you can sort of demystify this coatings versus laminate kind of debate which has been going on, and what is realistically, good for the market.
Yeah, so barrier coating is actually, barrier coating, what we are talking about, the Indian packaging structure, what we are trying to give barrier coating is the food. Mainly India is producing snack packaging.
Correct.
Dry fruit, dry foods.
Yep.
So like the potato chips, like the biscuits and others, which is very, very, hygroscopic in nature.
Correct.
So making that packaging requires the oxygen OTR properties are, has to be good. So to make this OTR property, what packaging has done, the brand owners has done, they have put a metallized layer.
Yeah.
So the metallized layer is the best OTR performance.
Yes.
Now our job is how we can remove the 3 layer to 2 layer. So what we are suggesting, we'll give a barrier coating into the film or before printing the ink, so that you can reduce, let's say today's structure is polyester, metallized polyester, poly or CPP. So from there you can come to BOPP, CPP, where you can have a barrier coating.
Nice.
And because it's a mono packaging, you can have a good recyclability.
Got it.
So that is the objective we are working on, this barrier coating.
Right.
In Europe and others, I think there are a lot of enhancement on this, especially in US, where the regulation is more stringent than even Europe.
Yeah.
So I have some experience in working in US with these functional coatings, and I saw that they are much more progress than Europe. I have also worked in Europe on this project, but I think the Asia needs to pull up these things, and I believe next 3 to 5 years that will be, I think, a common subject for all.
Yeah. But some headway in things like paper cups and paper bags for quick service, food service, etc.
Yes, so there are 2 ways. Paper cups, if you see, there are in India, most of the paper cups are having a 2-side poly coating or maybe 1-side coating. For when you have a cold pack, you have to have a both-side coating. Hot you can manage with one, but India, I think safe side, they use the 2-side coating. What we are suggesting, because why the 2 sides? One side is to protect the paper, another side is to seal the cup. So what we are giving a food safe coating, which you apply, and then you can seal the coating also. So it has a resistance as well as sealing property, so that you can remove the poly coating. So if you see today the US and others, the paper cups are with a coating, with a functional coating, which can sealable also, so that you don't need to have a poly coating.
Correct.
And once you have a no poly coating and the coating is food safe, you can easily recycle the 100%.
Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. One final question. I know you're on the committee of IPAMA and you all have been having sort of prolonged discussions. You've been alluding to it with the BIS and other regulatory authorities. So again, an update for that and update about that, and also what should, what is IPAMA's role in this entire, confabulation?
So actually AIPMA is always involved, because I was also representing AIPMA as well as DIC. And I was also talking on to this BIS on this subject. So I think the agreement is there that this is already implemented. And I saw in last 3 to 4 years major brand owners. Basically I can name it like Unilever. They used to have a toluene based product. Today they are 100% toluene free. If I talk about PepsiCo, they were using toluene base 5 years back, but now today they are 100% toluene free. Nestle is always toluene free.
Of course.
So I think the Mondelez is also toluene free. So the people are talking on the toluene free. But the one point I just wanted to add here, that toluene free is now that's established now with all this. But what we are working on this subject is the water based. So water based, we always know the paper, board, water based things are popular, but we are working to replace toluene free products with a water based product.
Right.
So what it will happen. So as we all know that water based is always a challenge because water has a high surface energy. So you need to make the surface energy reduce the system. And only disadvantage so far I have seen that the press speed. So customers' expectation is 400. We see 200 initially. But now today we have already achieved 275 to 300.
Nice.
Because that we change also some technological things.
But this would be for polyurethane or acrylic?
So this is a, I would say, mixture of both.
Mixture of both.
So that you cannot make only the acrylics because that will have a less advantage. There are products available in the market.
Of course.
But I feel still not the 100% perfect product. To make it perfect, I think you have to use the polyurethanes. You have to use some specific emulsions. So that you can have a low surface energy of the ink, which can easily adhere to the surface.
Right.
And this ink, what we are producing is VOC is less than US regulation. So we produce ink below 5% of the VOC solvent.
Yes.
And in customer front, we are asking maybe because the water-based inks are very low viscosity. So your reduction is low compared to solvent. So your reduction will be low, and if you add even water IPA mixture 50-50, then also you can achieve this 275-300. And your application cost definitely will come down. Secondly, whenever you add for a solvent based system, at least 100 is to 100 solvent is going, if not 120, 130. That goes atmosphere only. So we want to protect solvent from the ink, from the reducer. Use the water based ink with a VOC less than 5%. And add little bit IPA during printing. That's it. So it is a significant jump from the VOC reduction level.
Got it.
So we are almost in a successful stage. And hopefully 2025 will give us a more wider spectrum of this.
So this is, what is the stage we are involved in terms of the conversations with the regulatory, or in the drafting stage, or what is with water-based? Water-based
is always follow the regulatory, because you have you don't have any toluene or ketone or any other solvents.
So it's easier.
So it's easier. It's mostly 90-95% water. And 5 to 10% alcohol. So all are actually on the safety and regulatory point of view, they are all safe. All safe, and they can be used without any hesitation.
So inshallah, I hope both these projects get rolled out soon, announced, because it's beneficial not just to ink majors like DIC, but to society and consumers as a whole. So thank you very much for doing this, Dada. For our viewers, I should say that this is 1% of what is there inside his brain. Ideally, we should do a masterclass with him where we can cover a wider thing, and hopefully Printweek and Watt Packaging will do that. We'll come back to you, Dada.
Yes, sure. I will be very happy to do that.
Thank you. Over and out.